John had just finished another exhausting day at work and was looking forward to coming home to his loving wife, Sarah. Little did he know that he was in for a rude awakening that would shatter his world. As he walked towards his front door, he couldn't help but notice the strange car parked in his driveway. He brushed it off as a visitor for his wife, but something didn't feel right. As he opened the door, he was hit by the sounds of moans and groans coming from upstairs. John's heart raced as he slowly walked up the stairs, his mind racing with possibilities. As he approached his bedroom, he heard the unmistakable sounds of his wife and their neighbor, Mark, engaging in passionate lovemaking. His hands shaking, John opened the door to his bedroom and saw the horrifying sight before him. There was his wife, naked and writhing beneath Mark, who was also undressed. John's mind couldn't comprehend what was happening before his eyes. As soon as they realized they had been caught, Sarah and Mark jumped out of bed, frantically trying to cover themselves. But it was too late. The damage had been done. John was devastated. The woman he had loved and trusted for years had betrayed him in the worst possible way. The pain and anger he felt were too much to bear. He could hardly speak. Sarah tried to explain, to apologize, but it was too late. John felt like he had been living a lie. His once happy home had become a place of deceit and infidelity. Over the coming weeks, John tried to come to terms with what had happened. He couldn't forgive Sarah, and they eventually separated. The pain of betrayal was just too much to bear. As for Mark, John couldn't look him in the eye. The man who had been his neighbor and friend for years had also betrayed him. John felt like he couldn't trust anyone anymore. In the end, John moved on with his life, but the scars of the betrayal never truly faded. He learned that sometimes, the people we think we know the best are the ones who can hurt us the most. It was a bright summer day when my sister, Lily, and her husband, Max, came to visit us. Max was always friendly and charming, and I never suspected a thing. Little did I know that this visit would be the beginning of the end of my marriage. I had always been suspicious of Max and Lily's relationship. They were always so close, and Max seemed to have a special bond with her. But I never thought anything of it. That is, until I came home early one day and found them in bed together. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes. My own husband, the man I had loved and trusted for so many years, was cheating on me with my own sister. I was devastated, and my entire world shattered in an instant. I confronted Max and Lily, but they just shrugged it off as if it was no big deal. Max even had the audacity to say that he had fallen in love with Lily and that he was going to leave me for her. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. In the following weeks, I was consumed by anger, hurt, and betrayal. I didn't know how to move on from this. I couldn't bear the thought of losing both my husband and my sister. But the pain was too much to handle, and I had to make a decision. I decided to confront Lily again, this time in private. She seemed remorseful and begged for my forgiveness. She told me that it had been a mistake, and that she had never meant to hurt me. But the damage had already been done. As for Max, I kicked him out of our home and filed for divorce. It was a painful and difficult process, but in the end, I knew it was the right thing to do. I couldn't stay with a man who had betrayed me in such a cruel and heartless way. Years have passed since that terrible day, and while the wounds have healed, the scars remain. I still struggle to trust people, and the thought of my sister and ex-husband together still haunts me. But I've learned to accept what happened and move on with my life. The betrayal of my husband and sister is a story that I will never forget. But it's also a reminder that even those we love and trust the most can let us down in the most devastating of ways.